Sit down, shut up, and pay attention.
Damn!
This is the Rants of Izzo Show with your host, Dominic Izzo, from porn to politics. We touch every third rail we can find. You might want to put your headphones on so your mom can't hear this. It's been called the most entertaining 60 minutes on the internet, and it starts now. Let's do this.
All right, Friday here, Rants of Izzo Show on Spreely TV, rantsofizzo.com. I don't know where you're watching, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, any of that good stuff. If you're on the toilet watching us, we don't care. That's even better. The bathtub, ladies, would be great. Make sure you send DMs to any of my social media on that. To be honest, I actually thought, I was kind of hoping. I can't stand when, this is hypocrisy of me. I had a guest on yesterday. We were talking about people who do stuff in the studio, and I'm like, it's awesome when they have their own makeshift studios, this and that. I was kind of hoping that you were going to be in the truck today. I was like, man, that would be kind of fitting.
I'd go get in the truck.
No, I don't mind. Joe, amazing bearded wonder from all social medias, just sitting in the co-pilot seat today. Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. How the hell are you? What's going on?
Good, my man. Thanks for having me. No, I honestly contemplated the truck, and I was like, I'd just go sit in the fucking truck. And then I'm like, nah, I'm at work. I got shit to do. I just kind of need to have my ears on what's happening here a little bit, so I'll sit in my office.
All right, so
unfortunately, you got the office view of my beautiful background. You can see it's, flattering. You're welcome.
It's perfect. Couple different things. The beard is amazing. Holy shit. Like I can grow a big white Santa Claus beard, but I determined keeping it short is a better look for me. That's a damn glorious beard, dude. No homo.
Well,
damn glorious beard.
Saddle on the fucking internet. Tell your mom I said hi.
This is gonna be a good Friday show. All right, I gotta ask how you got started. For anybody who's not connected to Joe, it's amazing bearded wonder. Is Instagram your main profile? Or is that your main?
Yeah, it is for now. I mean, TikTok was actually where I started, and then like a lot of other people that had shit to say on TikTok, I've been banned 20 something times. Lost about 3 million followers. Me and TikTok are super cool friends. There's a shit ton of fake profiles out there. I get messages every day wanting to know if I'm promoting some crypto bullshit, and I'm like, nah, motherfuckers, that ain't me.
Wait, have you gotten to the stage yet where you're asking old widowed housewives for money yet? Have you got that?
Apparently. So I need to marry somebody and then have them invest in my crypto business. But no, Instagram, TikTok, Clapper, those are my three main platforms.
Yeah, you're in the club. I get that all the time. Apparently, I've snaked women out of a few grand, and I feel good about that. But it is what it is.
Dude, hey, if you want to pay me for my services, whatever, just send a fucking video, please, so I know what I did. You're welcome.
All right, talk about how you got started. What is with because the car rants that's how so many of us got started. I got blessed with this platform after in 2018, Instagram started going had a live feature, or excuse me, Facebook had a live feature. And I'm like, all right, I smoke cigars. I'll be out in the car. And I was answering law enforcement questions. And then that spun all the way into a couple of years later, and we're going on our 5th year on the show. How did you, what was with the rants in the cars conversations? What brought that on?
It just kind of like everybody else, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a C-level executive for businesses. I have multiple businesses that I've run over the years. Spend a lot of windshield time driving between states and different locations that we have. COVID hit, and I went from a multi-million-dollar business to literally $0 overnight. But I still had to figure out a way to keep my employees putting food on the table. So I spent a lot of time driving places. Now, of course, they said don't go anywhere. It's dangerous, and I'm like, fuck you guys. This is the fucking flu. I'm not playing this game. Now I'm gonna be transparent. For the first week this shit hit, I was like, oh, this might be bad. Like this could be a problem. And after about 10 days, and it's 2 weeks to slow the curve, and it kept going. I'm like, okay, this is bullshit. Now I'm not fucking playing your games. And that's just where it went. And it started with that. And then I'm driving, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm seeing different stuff pop up, people send me stuff. It's gone political, it's gone father, it's gone the dumb bitch shaking her shit because she wants money and is pissed because we're oogling her and now she's objectified. It's gone, all of it, right? It's like, look, welcome to the motherfucking internet. If you're going to put it out there, it ain't private anymore, and I'm going to talk about it. And that's kind of where it's similar to what you've done. I mean, it's just is what it is.
I'm going to ask you a question. Are you married with kids? Do you have a family?
Fiance, divorced twice. I'm in that club. I've got 5 kids. Never thought I'd get married again. Started dating a girl on and off a couple of years ago. A lot of off. We'd be really good for a minute, and then I'm toxic as fuck. Just so you're all aware, I got some serious broken parts in me.
We get along. You and I are alike.
Yeah, and so she started touching those broken parts, and I was like, nah, fuck you, we ain't playing this game. And I kind of go away for a little bit. Or similarly, I touched some of her areas that she was, not quite ready to face. And so we've gone back and forth. Getting married in 2 weeks. Okay. 2 weeks from today, I'm going to do this for a third motherfucking time.
Congratulations. The reason I ask that is, especially with 5 kids, when you're putting your opinions out there in the world for everybody to wind up criticizing, you're running a big risk. I'm not married. I have no children. I'm not. Yeah. I never was married. So it was a selfish no-brainer for me to shoot my mouth off because I didn't care if it affected anybody. I'm like, my sisters, I didn't care. My mother was alive at the time. I don't care what she thought to a degree. My dad, whatever. How did you handle or navigate the waters with, man, I'm a responsible parent for 5 kids?
So I believe in teaching my kids to think for themselves. And that was a big part of it. Was like, look, I see what's happening in the world. And I wasn't a super political dude before this happened. I didn't give 2 fucks about politics. My second ex-wife, she was like, she loved Fox News. She'd, rub one out to the Shepard Smith show. And I'm like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I want, mine was football, hunting, fishing. I want to do man shit. I don't care. And then when this hit and it affected my business, affected my life, affected my family, I was like, okay, this is a different ballgame. I've always taught my kids to march their own drum, to do their own thing, but this put it front and center. All of a sudden, we had real world examples of this is what it looks like following the herd. This is what it looks like looking at things objectively and you making your own decisions. So I felt it was my duty and obligation as a dad to step up and speak out and say, look, this is not right. Here's the way I see it. This is where we're going to go. And it actually, I used to show my kids a lot on social media. We used to interact a lot. I used to do those things. My kids started getting, I've been getting death threats for years, which I'm still fucking here. Bring it. Next. I mean, I'll give you a fucking address and buy a plane ticket if you're froggy enough. Nobody is, apparently. But my kids started getting hate messages. They started getting death threats. And my 2 older kids, it started affecting them at school. They had our lovely other side of the coin come up to them, and your dad's this and your dad's that, and it kind of affected them. And so I was like, okay, we're not playing this with the kids anymore. So I kind of pulled my kids off of that, trying to be that responsible parent, somebody to be, to protect them a little more than I was. But I want my kids to believe in something, to speak out about it, and to be who they are, completely authentic. And that's the thing, dude. I mean, you and I have interacted through the internet stuff. I haven't had the pleasure of actually meeting you in person yet, which we're going to fucking fix soon. But the dude that you see on camera is the same motherfucker that everybody gets in the real world. And that's what I want my kids to know. You can get on here. You can say what you want to say. You can be who you want to be. And there are going to be people who love you, and there are going to be people that hate you. People are going to agree with you. People aren't. And if they don't agree with you, well, fuck them. Doesn't mean you can't be friends. Doesn't mean you can't have a different opinion and still be homies. But you should never censor yourself because you're afraid to offend them.
One of the things I liked about your content and you is that the internet did create a big platform for a lot of guys to pretend shit. They did. And a lot of men out there, they all of a sudden wanted to be this alpha lion shit started the last several years. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is this stuff? And I don't mean to insult you directly, but there's, like, I saw you were associated with, because I did a podcast, and it was ironic. I put the podcast.
Let's fucking talk about it.
Well, I put Sean Whalen up the other day because he fucking slid in my DMs and then criticized me and then blocked me. And I'm like, you fucking but then
welcome to Sean. Well, I know Sean personally. I've worked with Sean personally. listen, Sean and I have had a parting of ways over the last little bit, and I'm going to flat out say this, and y'all can show it. Sean's a fucking bitch. Sean is a loudmouth, whiny, narcissistic bitch who he can't take the heat. If somebody doesn't agree with him and they give him any pushback, he blocks and immediately runs the other way. I don't block. You stay in my comments. I will talk to you all day. Sean and I had a conversation 6-8 months ago. He put a boxing ring up in his warehouse. I was at the warehouse personally with my fiance. We were talking. I'm gonna put this out there. I want people to come to my boxing ring. I'm gonna put up $25,000 of my own money if anybody could kick my ass. And I was like, hey, that's cool. It's never fucking happened. I'm here to tell you today, Sean is a fucking snake oil salesman. He is a charlatan. He does not practice what he preaches. He is all about that motherfucking money. And Sean, if you see this, because you won't text me back now, I know your ring got ripped down because you lost your fucking warehouse, but hey, let's go. I'll beat your ass any fucking time, any fucking place. You think you're badass and you train. We both know the Solomons and we both know where they live. Let's fucking go.
This is why I wanted you on, is because you don't go off on a rant like that unless you're true to your emotions. What you just did, I've done to people that literally I'm not a turn the other cheek kind of guy. And I don't know how old you are, but I was born in 75, so I had a little bit of the 70s, 80s, and I did have that age where if you got bullied, you stood up to your bully and your bully became friends. I think the internet created this. Okay, well, Sean wronged you. Be the bigger man. I think being the bigger man has taught so many people to continue to be shit. And the internet has given people a safe space to create parts about themselves that they're not. It's a fucking lie. So when you can see, that's why I love authentic people. I don't care if they hate me. I don't care if whatever. It's like, wow, you actually have the stones to say something. And the more somebody's going to say, yeah, you're a piece of shit because X, Y, and Z, that will put me in a position to, all right, they had the emotional fortitude to call me out on something. Perhaps I need to examine if I'm really like this. So that was one of the reasons I wanted you on, is there's an authenticity to what you do, and you just fucking proved it. Because to be honest, that could, right? What you just did could cost you relationships, could cost you business, Sean's people could come in. I had an IFBB pro who went ape shit in my comment section because I was attacking Sean, which all I did was lay out the conversations. She went all the way to go to, I guess there's a Facebook page that's like, are we dating the same guy? Where women go and they talk shit about a guy. She posted
I've been on that.
Dude, she posted my picture in there asking, is there any tea anybody can give me on Dominic Izzo? I'm like, dude, so I pissed you so off so bad that because I gave an opinion about a grown man that I don't happen to like, that you come to, I have no idea how we got to this fucking point. No idea. Absolutely none.
Welcome to the internet, dude. I've been in that same forum. I've had multiple people send me messages and say, hey, aren't you engaged? Yeah. Are you dating this girl? Nah. You're all over this thing. These girls want to know shit about you. Cool. Give them my number. I mean, one of them was legit. We might have fooled around a couple of years ago, and she was still pissed at me. But she made sure to put me on blast. Which the shit she put me on blast for is the shit I talk about. I don't have the squeaky clean past. I'm gonna be honest, brother. And I don't hide that shit. If you followed me on the internet enough, I don't know, 7 years ago or so, my happy ass got arrested. I spent some time in jail, and I don't fucking hide it, and I don't fucking care. It is what it is.
Wait, and you put that stuff on your social media?
Oh, fuck yeah.
See, this is another reason. He's going to be a guest next week, next Friday show. I Am Red Pill Rocky is coming on. And we had a comment.
Rocky's a stud. You'll love him.
Yeah, but here's my problem, and I called him out, and I got to call him on the show again. Here and I are going to talk about the concept of, he doesn't agree that women with a high body count are value, and maybe I'm putting his words in his mouth, but that's what I'm giving the time to identify, to clarify. He doesn't agree that women with a high body count would make a valuable wife. Great, we're going to come on and talk about it. I called him out because in the comment section, he's talking about, he's knocking on women who have high body counts, and then we went back and forth kind of like, hey, I'm Rocky, I'm going to pick a fight with you. I did this in my stories. He went in his stories, just that. And I had said, why are you not talking about the fact that you don't value women of a high body count in your own content? Because he didn't. So that's and that's a specific question that, well, I've just let the cat out of the bag with that one. But I love people who have the balls to go, yeah, I'm a fuck up. And I ran for office in 2018 for a sheriff out here in Chicago. Yeah. And it was the best thing in the world I ever did was air my dirty laundry. Because when everybody came after me, oh, you were in the swinging lifestyle. Oh, you were fired from your police department. Oh, you did this. And people came to my defense and they went, yeah, he said all that already. It's already been out there.
And I have that now. I've been transparent with my people from day one. And, you know, I get people that'll bring this up and talk about it. And I have enough of a relationship with my following. Because if somebody reaches out to me, just like you and we've talked back and forth. I'm a regular guy that for whatever reason, motherfuckers followed. I don't know. I have no idea. But you know, I'll get people that'll stop me and because they recognize me and I'm sure they do with you and they get all that. Oh, I ain't famous. I'm a regular motherfucker who, for whatever reason, y'all follow me. I will talk to anybody. I will DM anybody. I will have a conversation with anybody. But because of that, because you're real and transparent, people will come to my defense and say, hey, look, he's talked about this for years. What you trying to do here? Because it ain't fucking working, Skittles.
I have to wonder if that's what we're massively lacking is you have the concept of I'm going to take 20 selfies to make sure that the one that looks right with the best angle, I got to put that up online. And then that's the limitation to who I am. I know that men like us are a dying breed. Do you see a pendulum going back in that other way ever? Will there be more people who are transparent? Vulnerability won't look so much like fucking weakness. You say no. All right, tell me why.
No, because here's the deal. We will never have the type of man that we grew up idolizing ever again. It's not going to happen. The internet has created an ample space for a beta male to grow. Because my feel bads are hurt and I'm the victim and look at how bad I am. And oh, by the way, this 10 who I could never get fucking attention from, I'm going to throw dollar bills at her on her OnlyFans and she's going to talk to me. So now I feel good about myself. Motherfucker, she's a stripper talking to you because you gave her money. She ain't talking to you for any other fucking reason. She doesn't care your feel bads are hurt. You can't do shit for her. But you can sit on the internet and pretend you are whatever you want to fucking be. Brad Paisley, I'm so much cooler online, right? You remember when that came out a bunch of years ago? I don't know if you're a country music fan.
No.
I laughed like a motherfucker at that because during that time you have kind of Facebook was at its height at the time. You've got sorry, my fiance just threw me a text message through my pen. I got squirrels like a motherfucker. She just threw my train of thought off.
She's good. Good.
But you've got Tinder, you've got Plenty of Fish, you've got these dating sites, right? And catfishing has been a thing forever because you got beta motherfuckers who can't be who they are. Same thing with the fat chick who sends you a picture from 10 years ago when she was skinny.
Or from the neck up only. Yeah.
Own that shit. There are dudes out there who love extra-sized women and will rock the fuck out of you. Don't be scared of that. You don't want the motherfucker who's in the gym bodybuilding that can bang every girl in there because my guess is he ain't gonna touch you.
We can't compete with men. Well, again, age-wise, I do remember the thrill of having to wait till 8th hour, and that was the pussy side, right?
Yep.
Ask her out at 8th hour because then the bell would ring and you wouldn't have to see her over the weekend if she rejected you.
Boom.
But you still had to ask her out face to face, and when she rejected you, you still walked away and went, "Holy shit! I just asked out the hottest broad in school, and I'm alive." It's sliding in DMs, and you get no interaction. And men these kids today, they can't compete with the girls who have hundreds of thousands of DMs that are blowing up.
No, but that's the thing. And it goes both ways. You as a male, you get DMs. I don't know what your thirsty ass women look like. Mine are.
I had some good looking broads.
I got some good girls in there, and then I got some, regular ass girls.
Wait, I'm going to see this one. Do you get the housewives who aren't getting fulfilled from their husbands?
100%.
That's
all the time.
All the time.
I am no saint, I'm not even going to pretend that I am.
If they're giving you free lunch, what are you going to reach in your pocket and pay cash for it? It's like, fuck, all right, filet mignon.
Look,
he's not eating it. I will. Oh, but you're a Christian. Fuck you.
Some people are addicted to alcohol. Some people are addicted to drugs. Pussy has been my drug since I was 5 fucking years old. First time I saw Playboy, pussy has been my drug, period. Now, do I understand how to rein that in and be a dad and be a husband and be a good man? Absolutely. And it took me a minute to get to this point where I wanted to be married again because I'm ready to say, yo, I'm going to do this. But you get the women who, husband's not giving me the attention. They're not doing this. You can throw down on that all day. There comes a point in time, though, where if you DM me and you are a married chick and you get pissed at me because I'm not giving you attention, bitch, I'm going to call you out. And I've done it. About a year ago, I went through this rant on my story and I called out like 6 of them. And I had cousins, I had sisters, I had in-laws sending me messages saying, thank you so much. We knew this was happening. He couldn't see it. Now you've done this. I ain't trying to be a homewrecker, but if you're going to throw that shit at me and then get pissed at me because I ain't interested in you, game on.
Dude, it only makes them want you more, too, because you call their shit out when their husband's good.
Yeah, 100% that, too.
I wish people fucking stood the psychology of it. It's like, and I will go off on tangents. Every now and then it's politics I rant about. Every now and then it's law enforcement. Then I go off on a women kick, and they're like, oh, you're anti-woman. No, I'm not. I'm about women accepting responsibility. We want your box. You want us to want your box. You'll do anything to want. It's fucked up. I'm so much talking for.
But here's the thing that dudes don't understand. These dudes that are going in OnlyFans and spending, thousands. I have a really close friend who has an OnlyFans account, and he makes bank from these girls. He doesn't show nothing. He just gives them attention. Now, on the other flip, I have several friends who are girls who have OnlyFans accounts. They have dudes sending them $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for buy this for your kids, buy that for your kids, take care of yourself here. Now come and see me. And these girls, they ain't coming to see you.
They have eliminated the middleman.
They don't want the dudes in their DMs throwing everything at you. They want the guy that they're, oh, hey, you're pretty, whatever. I don't give 2 shits.
Yeah, they've eliminated the middleman, which is you're going to spend
on this planet. You are nothing special.
No, you're going to spend the money. They've eliminated the middleman when you think about it. All right, I want your attention. I'm going to give you money for it. I don't have to pretend and be on my best behavior for 6 weeks before you even decide on shit.
No, but I also don't have to sit in a strip club and have my face out there and worry that somebody's going to see me being a degenerate because, I need a little bit of female attention. See, you have created a place of anonymity where you can have a doctor, a lawyer, a preacher sitting there in an OnlyFans space throwing this money at a woman to get all the things he wants, but yet still go and be the dad of 5 and be the face of your community every other day, and they don't know. Everybody's got this demon, dude. It's what is your demon and how are you feeding it?
The internet has created cowards, I'll tell you how. Again, years ago, when you went to go get porn because it wasn't readily available on your phone, you had to go through the squeaky un-WD-40'd saloon doors at the video. You had to go find the one video store that still had porn. Then you go creak and the fucking door opened so everybody knew they were looking in, and then you had to go grab the box that you wanted, go up to the counter and tell the guy, can I get this please? It wasn't you weren't a man until you just fucking powered that door open with your head held high, walked in and said, give me this BBC on white chicks gangbang now. It's like, yes sir. That's when you were a fucking man. Not today.
When Hastings, do you remember Hastings?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Hastings was a Sam Goody Music Land type thing, but they had everything. They had memorabilia, they had videos, they had CDs. The greatest invention for the mid-90s era was when Hastings came out because they had everything. You could get Playboy's Playmate of the Month video sitting right next to Driving Miss Daisy, and nobody knew what you were grabbing because you could walk up and grab both. That's when the fucking beta thing started, bro, because you didn't have to hide it anymore.
Oh, man, bring back that shit. Yes, I'm here for your porn. That's what you should be saying right there.
I grew up in a little teeny tiny town, super religious. I grew up in Idaho. The town I grew up in, 96% Mormon. Okay. You can understand that if you know anything about the Mormon religion. We had one video store in town that had a little separate room with a red fucking light. And you had to walk through the beaded curtains of the red light to get your video. And I, 16 years old, going into, it was called Horkley's, going into Horkley's, getting the red light. And it wasn't necessarily the Playboy videos, but it was like, the NC-17s, the right there. And
Shannon Tweed. The Shannon Tweed videos for our era. Yep. Like, oh my God. I think she married Gene Simmons. Holy shit.
Poor girl.
Hang on, so we gotta
She's been more wrecked by that tongue than anything he's ever whipped out of his pants. That poor girl.
I would. Like, somebody put up a picture of Sophia Loren the other day at like 86. I'm like, I still fucking would. You kidding me? All right, hang on a second. We gotta pay some bills here. All right, Rants of Izzo show here on Spreely Media. Go to rantsofizo.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. There's going to be a bar there on the website where you enter in your email address and you get daily notifications on articles that we produce out there, videos, past podcasts, past vidcasts, all that shit. Don't forget there's a Rants merch line. I think I'm going to be taking some of the stuff down, so it's like, go get your Bukkake shirt before we take it down, because Ashley's gone. It's like, I don't even know if I want to keep that up anymore, because if Ashley comes back, we'll keep the Bukkake t-shirt up. Non-vaccinated, non-mRNA, beef is on there, all that shit, coffee. Also go to Spreely.tv, check out the show lineups all the way from Austin Peterson, starting in the morning with Wake Up America, greatest libertarian mind we have of our time. I think he would love this conversation. I really do. And then other show, I don't even know what other shows we have on there. Some Kelly guy who I'm never going to know because I just don't, whatever. Don't forget the Freedom Hub app. Go to your smartphone, your Android or iPhone, your Freedom Hub. If you want to consume the show, then you don't want to go to your Safari, go to freedomhub.com, your one-stop shop for all the shit we have here on Spreely TV. A ton more shows coming up, and we appreciate your patronage. While we're plugging that, Joe, plug the shit out of everything you have going on.
Alpha Patriot Gear, that's my clothing line. Don't go to the website because it's currently not up. So why the fuck I'm talking about it is because it'll be up in a couple of weeks for Christmas. Patriot Switch. Currently I'm working with a movement to take our dollars away from Walmart, Amazon, Target. Now, are we going to really take away all of our dollars? No, but you can take away the stuff that you use for consumables, toothpaste, deodorant, stuff like that. PatriotSwitch.com. Let's vote with our dollars. Let's basically tell big corporate, eat a dick. I've had enough of your bullshit. This is the way we want to play.
Excellent.
That's all I got today.
Make sure you follow Joe over on Amazing Bearded Wonder on all the social medias as well, too. We have to touch base on one fucking trending thing, and we can move on from there. Dianne Feinstein died. Personally, I don't give a rat fuck. I really don't. Okay. I can't stand how these people are forced down our throats for decades, and then all of a sudden you have to honor them. The closest analogy that I can come up with is you get a shitty cop on the street who you just can't stand fucking working with, and they violate people's rights, and they're targeting all these people. They're a piece of shit. They don't do their job, but God forbid something happens to them. You got to celebrate them because they wore blue too. I hate that fucking shit, and that's my rant on Dianne Feinstein and her something like $28 million net worth as she's dead. I have no idea what your thoughts are. Be welcome to share.
You remember the last good thing she's done for our country?
Died.
But right before
Died?
Today,
right.
Do you remember any relevant thing that she's been in the media for in the last 20 years? Because I sure the fuck don't.
No. Oh.
Don't give two shits. Somebody's grandma died. I'm sorry your grandma died. Whatever. The rest of us don't give a fuck. Go celebrate grandma. Leave us the fuck alone and leave us out of it.
Oh, that's what I want to ask you because you DM'd me last night. So Gavin Newsom did say he's going to appoint a black, I don't know if it's a black female or just a black representative, but God, there you go. It's the only way that that can wind up meeting their affirmative action. You DM'd me last night after a poll I took that said, I was on Radio Sputnik yesterday, and we were talking about the looting and the riots, and I said it was a racial issue, and he was like, it's a class issue, and we were going back and forth. You said it was neither? Is that what you said in my DMs? All right, talk about what that is.
No, I know, and I know you do too, because you've been in law enforcement. There's decent people of every color. There's decent people in every class. There's degenerates, every color, every religion, every class. It's not a class issue, and it's not a racial issue. It's an entitled motherfucker issue, and I'm going to go take something because I fucking want it. And maybe I can't afford it. Maybe I can afford it, but I'm too cheap to spend on it. Hey, everybody else is doing it. I'm a bandwagon like a motherfucker because we live in a nation of sheep. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just degenerates using an excuse to fulfill their entitlement. Entitlement comes from shitty parenting and lack of two-parent homes. That's what it is. It's the erosion of our fucking society, and you're seeing it across every demographic on the planet.
I agree with you on all that. It just seems that the major factor among all these entitled people happens to be a certain race. And that was my point on the show the other day, is you got a common denominator. Like when people came here, everyone from the old country, you know, if race wasn't an issue, then in Chicago, we need to get rid of Chinatown, Little Italy, Ukrainian Village, break all those areas up or rename them. You got to rename them. But people gravitate towards other people who have the same appearance as them and speak the same language as them. So I don't know why we're so damn afraid to talk about things as being a racial issue. I have no clue.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm not scared of the racial issue at all, but where is the looting happening? What if we were talking about the middle of Nebraska and it having a looting issue, it's not going to be the same race as looting like a motherfucker in San Francisco. It's not going to be the same race that's looting in Chicago. It's not going to be the same race that's looting in Tampa. If you're talking about Salt Lake City, again, it's not going to be the same race, because also, like you're talking, people tend to migrate towards what looks and feels like them. So if you have the same kind of lax ass bullshit pussy laws that California's got on looting in Nebraska, it's going to look totally different. So is it a racial issue in that climate? Yeah, 100%. But also it's because you don't have enough strong men to stand up and say, I'm not going to fucking play this game. Or you do, but they're being suppressed because they're in fact the minority in that area.
My view, and I kind of want this to happen. And I'm at this point where I do want it to happen. Law enforcement isn't doing shit. Courts aren't doing shit. No. I do want to see people who have had enough of this crap step up. And the next time somebody starts looting shit, I kind of want to see bystanders start beating the shit out of shoplifters. I really do. I want to see people putting it.
I'd love it.
Is that what it's going to take?
That's the thing. But you've got, again, California, you've got these laws that they're putting into effect that protect the shoplifter. If you have laws across America now, grew up in a home where my dad was an entrepreneur, owned multiple businesses. We had people break into, one of his businesses was convenience stores. We had people break into convenience stores, would take stuff. My dad would always, we didn't live too far from one of our stores. So when the alarm would go off that we knew somebody was in there, my dad would go running down the road, jump in his truck, 45 in hand. Local sheriff told him, shoot to kill, not to maim. If you hurt him, he will sue you or she will sue you, and you're fucked. And that's the problem. We've created a safe haven for these criminals to play the victim, right? You struck first. I retaliated. Now I get the flag and the 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Even though you were the motherfucker that started this shit, I get punished.
All right,
that's what we've created.
Let's take this down that road, and let's build on something here for a second. I'm at the 50-50 point where I don't think voting is going to do a damn thing to bring this country back. Okay, so we agree on that.
Voting system's broke.
For entertainment, we always talk about this for entertainment purposes only. I think that the only way is for necessary violence to come back. The problem 100%. I have is, I am a libertarian. I did vote for Trump, but I think some Trump psychopaths are just as bad as the people on the left. But I do think that we're more powerful than the people on the left. And I think that if we do overthrow whatever, now you're going to have a bunch of tyrants who that's their standard of when we need to do whatever, blah, blah, blah. You specifically, people gravitate towards your voice. They gravitate towards your strength, gravitate towards that. They're going to be knocking at your door. Joe, you got to lead us on a rebellion. Are you at that point where you would ever just drop shit and say, all right, now it is time to take up arms against our government. Personally, I'm not, because I put my phone down. I go out front. I live in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I got liberal neighbors everywhere, and we all fucking get along. The phone tells me we don't. So in my mindset, I'm like, I'm not at that point just yet, because I don't want to go to war with my neighbors yet. Where's your mindset on shit? And especially considering the fact that you have a voice that people gravitate towards and they expect leadership from. Where are you at?
I'm in that. I'm in that same boat. Have I gotten to the point yet where I'm going to take my guns and I'm going to go on a rant, and we're going to January 6th, but we're going to do it the right way? Because let's be honest, the January 6th riots are bullshit. It wasn't the insurrection, whatever they want to call it. That's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. But am I to the point where I'm going to lead a rebellion and we're going to go and fuck shit up and start stacking bodies? No, I'm not there yet. Because like you, I live in the Salt Lake City area. We have very liberal neighborhoods. I have liberal neighbors. I have neighbors that are great. You know, they fly that rainbow flag, whatever, cool. They're good people. They work hard. They care about their families. I'm not at war with them. And that's the thing that the people don't understand, is this is not a right versus left, a liberal versus conservative, a gay versus straight issue. We are motherfucking Americans with 480 people in Washington telling us what we are and aren't and what is happening, that have no grasp on motherfucking reality. And until we can see that and come together and say, I don't need to march on my neighbors. I don't need to march on the rainbow flag. I don't need to march on the dudes that voted for Biden, even though they need kicked in their beta dicks. We need to march on Capitol Hill and support what our Constitution was put in place for, what our Declaration of Independence was put in place for. When the government no longer serves the people and has become the enemy, it is time to change the government. Overthrow, change.
That's the point, like with Dianne Feinstein.
But it's not going to happen, because term limits are never going to get voted.
100%.
You're asking people to vote term limits in who it affects them. You come to me as your CEO of a company and say, hey, you can only be a CEO for 6 years, and then we want you to write bylaws that are going to remove you and you're going to become unemployed. Can you do that
where you make your wealth too? Your wealth is going to exponentially grow.
Are you kidding
100
me?
million, right?
I have $180,000 a year salary. Great, that's nice. But I control lobbyists who pay me millions, and you're asking me to remove myself from that situation so somebody else can come in and have my money and have my power.
We allow that.
Will never do it.
We allowed that 100%. And I was looking at Dianne Feinstein's net worth. Some people say 28 million, others are saying 60 million, and she was voted in the Senate in 1992. So that's 31 years. 31 years, she amassed $180. She's leaving her kids behind tens of millions of dollars. It's like, holy shit, why would anyone want term limits? But again, we're expected, just like when every shady shit politician dies, all of a sudden got to have the parade, this and that. Nobody's calling about, well, this was a viper. This was a bloodsucker on the people for decades, and we're honoring them. That's what keeps us in line. I don't know if we can be unified, especially, and this is where my conspiracy theorist head goes off, with AI. Because 9/11 was the only time I remember us unifying. The towers hit, all of a sudden there was no black, no white, we were all Americans. Now, with AI, you can create your favorite politician. You can. Joe Biden could have been on Epstein Island fucking kids, but they could 100% create a video of Donald Trump doing it, and all of a sudden, now you're going to have people hating him even more, and then you're going to have people hating the people who support him. So once they see the people start to unify about anything, they can create whatever they want to divide us even more.
Well, and that's the whole point. Look at the early 6 months of COVID, right? It was divide and conquer. It was show these videos of these bodies stacked up in the streets. And I don't know about you, but I visited Tampa, Orlando, New York, Dallas, Chicago. During those months, I never saw one motherfucking body laying in the street.
1.9 miles away from my house. Everybody says it was New York. It wasn't. Chicago was the first reported case. It was a Chinese man and his wife, and they were at St. Alexis Hospital, which is 1.9 miles from my house in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. We never heard the sirens. We were expecting panic in the street. Ground zero, right? That's where it's going to be. You're going to look like the walking. Right? Nothing fucking happened. I went to the hospital like the next month, and I was doing a video there, and I had people saying, dude, the first 2 weeks, all of us were cleaning like it was nothing, and we didn't have any, we had plastic gloves on. That was it. We got fucking lied to. The video is circulating around from one of our doctors. I can't pronounce her name because she has a really authentic African name. She's on a press conference in like May of 2020, flat out saying, well, if you're in hospice and you're already dying of a pre-existing cancer, but you have COVID, your death is going to be listed as a COVID death. But you could put all that information up to people, and they don't care.
They don't care. Because fear drives everything. And it drives away common sense. It drives away rationale. You get 24/7 inundated with, this is what's happening. People are dying. This is blah, 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 blah. People don't see it. And you can't change that until something radical happens. People will not change that because it's easier to believe a lie than to prove a truth.
What do you think? How do we think these things are going to unfold? I think that there's going to be a real shitty. I think aliens are going to land in the fucking next couple of months for this election. But I saw something posted on Twitter by the Hodge twins today, and sadly I agree with it. And I agree with it because they said if Trump doesn't get elected back in office, that America will never be what it was. And I kind of agree with that only because it's not happening. Well, no, I don't think he's going to be even allowed to run. I don't think it's going to happen because, again, both sides are so fucking polarized and they're brainwashed over Daddy Trump. Again, and I voted for him. He's not the end-all be-all. He's not the savior. But I think that if he doesn't even get allowed to run or if the election's stolen again, I think that's going to cause such a massive catalyst shitstorm because we're so now entrenched on him. He's America. And I think that's fucking things up.
And that's the thing. He's one man. Is he a smart businessman? Yes. Is he the savior of the country? Fuck no. And that's what the people don't understand. That it's not an individual. It is not a singular savior of the country. The savior of the country is you and I and all of our neighbors and everybody else when we finally figure the fuck out that we hold the power and we take it back. Rage Against the Machine said it best, brother. We got to take the power back.
Yeah,
people forget
they
Rage.
Said that until they turned into cucks.
Used to be the anthem. Now Rage is, liberal. I know. And Pomerello is a smart motherfucker, but he knows what he's doing.
Man, that was fuck you. I don't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me to. Yep. Fuck you. Stop using my song to promote shit that I was passionate about once. What do you think? You got any predictions for what's going to happen?
The Dems are not going to lose control. It won't happen. We don't have everybody knows it. We do not have a reliable, real voting system in America anymore. Whoever corporate, not even corporate America, whoever Agenda 2030 wants to be in charge is who's going to be fucking in charge. Who the Rothschilds want, who Klaus Schwab wants, who these motherfuckers that don't even live on our soil want is who will be there. And guess what? The Republicans aren't going to do anything about it. The Democrats aren't going to do anything about it. They're both in bed together. They're going to have their pockets lined. They're going to be taken care of. Your governors of your states are part of it. And that's what people don't understand. There's a good old boy club that we don't belong to, that we're never going to belong to, that very powerful individuals, wealthy individuals in this country don't belong to and never will. So the control that you see right now is going to be the control that stays. Is it going to be Biden? No, but it'll be whoever the next puppet is supposed to be. I heard rumored several times this week that Big Mike's going to run.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's probably who you're looking at. If you want to be the honest truth,
that's
something's going to happen, and that's who's going to take over the country
Michelle
next.
Obama Michelle Obama would not be beatable. It's not.
No, 100% not. And the Dems know that. My prediction is something's going to happen with Biden between now and early 24, and he's going to be, deemed whatever, he's not going to run, whether he announces I'm not running, or they say, hey, the dude's got dementia, we know it, we're going to remove him. Doesn't matter, but that's what you're looking at. Trump won't be allowed to run, and if he is, he won't win. You're never going to see the control of the country taken back by the Republican Party.
I don't know what the point for all this upsetting and division was. We were on a good path to fat, sedated, passive Americans. We were. We have everything. You were feeding us McDonald's. You gained a ton of weight. Literally, if you wanted to shut me up, you put on a good TV show, go ride my motorcycle, have pizza, go to the gym, whatever. I didn't give a fuck about politics or division until they told me I had to. So I don't know what the point for all this was.
Well, and that's the thing. It's division among itself, because you can't have somebody stand up if it's completely divided. Now, I understand that a lot of us were on that path, and yeah, a few of us have stepped up and gone, oh shit, we've got problems. But if you are those individuals in power and you want to have a complete and total takeover, what do? You know that you have individuals who are fat and happy but are still dangerous, because if they ever decide that they're going to step up, they are a problem. The division roots that out. You're seeing who's going to lead, who's going to stand up, who's going to be your biggest problem. And now you make a division towards that. Yeah. This is the crazy. We're going to eliminate the crazy. We don't have to do anything. We're going to create a division, and we're going to let all of our lemmings handle it. Because I don't care if you're a pit bull. If you got 300 chihuahuas whooping on your ass, you're fucking going down. You can only take so much.
Is there a point to continue on social media with shit? Because a couple different things are going to happen.
Yeah.
We saw,
yeah.
Well, we saw in the last election, the big purge came around. Tons of people lost their accounts, all this stuff. If you're in a position, you got a big account, you also run a business. Is there value in you when this election cycle comes around to continue to hammer on an issue that we probably can't solve? Not to mention the fact that 90% of the people who wind up are in your feed, they're all going to go harumph, harumph. We got to share the amazing bearded wonder shit, but then they're not going to do shit themselves because all they do is share shit. Are you at a position mentally where you want to risk what you have going on by continuing to talk about this? Or are you going to pivot and go, all right, I got to be a little bit smarter in 2024, because if I keep hammering on fucking X, Y, and Z, they're going to delete my account, and my account is a funnel towards business, and not for nothing, you're a capitalist, and we should be focusing on building our fucking businesses. How are you going to manage that this time around?
Same way I did last time. They can shut me down. They've tried to shut me down. Your following is true to you, and they will find you. My accounts have been shut down. The people who I know that will follow me, that will, if heaven forbid it comes to, and it comes to the day when you have to take up arms, those people will follow you. All of them,
you have
no,
confidence
but a chunk of them will.
You have confidence in that? Because I don't. I don't have fucking confidence in shit, because
I do.
Well, I was a cop. And you know what? When it came down to everybody bitching about the chief, we have to get the chief out of here. Got to get him out of here. Got to get him out of here. All right, great. I tell you what, I will write a letter of no confidence. We will vote on it. The day I wrote that fucking letter, mine was the only signature on it.
Of course it was.
So I have no faith in people following through on shit. Well, I can't. I don't know. And this and that. And we saw cops. We saw cops in 2020. Paycheck was far more fucking important to them than the Constitution they swore an oath to. So when it comes down to this, you really think that people are going to be in the comment section going, yes, all right, we're going to meet at 123 Main Street, I'm bringing my shit? I think I'm going to be fucking standing there with a fucking cock in your hand doing nothing.
Maybe, but you got everything taken away as a business owner before. I got everything taken away as a business owner before. I've been there. Did everybody else get stuff taken away? No, they still had their handouts. What happens when there's no more fucking handouts, or the handouts are so limited? Now it affects your family. Now it affects your home. Now it affects you. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Will you really? Because I think it's going to take that. And when it happens, you will see a large chunk, not a majority, a large chunk will stand and say, "Aye, motherfuckers, game on." The problem is the large chunk is a hell of a lot more dangerous than the majority. So do I think it will come to it? I do. Do I think it'll be this election cycle? No, I don't think it'll be the next election cycle. I think we're looking 10, 12 years down the road before this comes to a head and the shit goes everywhere.
God,
but
fucking 60.
Yes, shit. It will come. Now, am I going to be the one 10 years from now leading this? I'm 45. I'll be 55. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty bad motherfucker right now. I'm not the baddest motherfucker by any means. Chihuahuas can kick my ass too. But am I willing to compromise my beliefs, my values, and my inner voice that says, do not stop? No, I'm not, because I'm the motherfucker that doesn't quit.
No, that's
you
a
can
small
try and
percentage.
shut me up. You
Small
can try
percentage.
and censor me. You can try and silence me. I will find a fucking way to tell you what I got to say. I ain't scared.
I never understood.
Cool, I've been to jail, motherfuckers. Come get me. You want to put a bullet in me? Great, do it.
I never understood how we worship a man who literally, has gold-plated toilets, but we can't look at the common man, like you and all these other people who actually are working and put them on an elevated platform. I stopped doing speaking events when we had in Chicago. 5.8 million people live in my county. 2.7 million people live in Chicago, and I was invited to go give we need to open up Chicago again, and it was a pretty much conservative rally. And when I got there, because I was like the 6th, 7th speaker scheduled to speak, I'm like, I'll get there at 1:30, 2 o'clock. It starts at noon. They're not going to have speakers start till 1. Then it goes till 6. Dude, I got there at 2:30. They were packing shit up because like 100 people showed up. That's my point. It's like, all right, conservatives don't get together the way that the left does. Liberals get together so much better than we do.
Well, and the reality of it is too, though, is maybe I'm an idealist, right? I grew up in a small farming town. I grew up, very blue collar, very redneck. I grew up with the people that don't fuck around. I grew up with the people that you come at me, you're going to leave bloody. I might leave bloody too, but I'll limp away, you'll crawl.
God, we need
and maybe I'm the idealist that feels that there's enough of us in rural America that will show up, that will stand up. In urban America, I don't think it'll happen.
No,
because they feel they have too much to lose when what they don't realize is they've already lost it.
Yeah, we all suck ass. Holy shit, this was a negative way to end Friday. All right, what are you working on? What do you have going on? What are your projects? And again, start plugging some shit. Talk to everybody about where they can support you.
Patriot Switch, patriotswitch.com. That's my biggest pet project right now. My pet peeve is giving our money to corporate America that while you and I couldn't, buy toilet paper, they were lining their motherfucking pockets. Amazon created this space of, hey, come and own a business with us. Just kidding. We're going to shut the fuck down. We know you made a bunch of money. Now we're going to take that money back and you can eat a dick. So the Waltons bought more ground. Bill Gates bought more ground. We're going to burn Hawaii to the ground and take our ground back so we can have beachfront property.
Yeah, where did Hawaii go? Yeah. Oh my God, Hawaii is so fucking last year.
Right. Like, I know. We're still going to talk about it. But so was 2020 was a couple years ago. We're talking about that too. Yeah. But my pet project is I want to take as many dollars away from these corporations as we can. Now, is it going to happen? Can we completely get away? No, we'll never get away from big box. But we can hurt it. We can take a market share.
I never knew about the whole what was it, the social scale of monitoring businesses, and they want this to I can't repeat it, and especially under 60 seconds of apparently they want these big box stores to close or restructure the way they're making money because of how they're going to be evaluated on a social scale for social credit. I think it's all done by design, but it is what it is. So fucking
it is.
Whatever.
That's cool. Happy fucking Friday.
All right. About 20, 30 seconds. Give us a prediction for the election for 2024. What do you think's going to happen?
No, I think Big Mike's going to swing that dick and we're all going to be Obama again. But this time, we knew he was a bitch before. Now we're going to get to see him as be a bitch for real. It is what it is.
I swear to God, it's like I don't care. And I don't care that Michelle Obama's cock is probably like an extra 4 inches longer than mine. I kind of want to see it. I'm not going to lie. I want to see, I just want to go, boom, this is it. The whole sausage on a plate and be like, look at what I've got that you don't. I'd be like, mother Motherfucker.
One night in Paris. Come on, Paris. Let me see it.
Nothing wrong with that shit at all. And I've always said that my dream threesome would have been Venus and Serena Williams, but that's not going to come true anytime soon. All right.
We're talking about that next week.
I have no problem with that. You're a welcome guest back on anytime. The amazing bearded wonder, Joe. Go follow all of his content. Go check out the link that he's got in his Instagram that's going to take you to his shop and everywhere it's important to him. Support this man. We're going to have you back on 100% because we got a ton more to talk about. Other than that, you guys have a great damn weekend. Go to rantsofizzo.com at the bottom of the page. Make sure you wind up signing up for the daily newsletter. Check out the Freedom Hub app for your smartphone. It's going to have all the podcasts on there, all the shit on there, stuff you've missed and stuff that you need to check out. Spreely.tv has the show schedules. Again, I think it's Kelly Walker. Damn, I can't believe I actually remembered his name. Kelly Walker's on there. Rocky Stucci, Austin Peterson. I know that we just picked up Scott Sieverts and the Burn Pit podcast, and more is coming up. So have a great damn fucking weekend. Go do something nice for somebody. Make sure you help people. And if you can't help them, just don't hurt them. You guys have a great damn weekend. See you next week.